All right, y'all. My name is Byrd, producer, creator of the Compton Art and History Museum. I'm here today with the homie, my brother, Kerry Abner. What's going on, my brother?
What's happening, man?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm very grateful, and I just want to acknowledge, man, the work that you've done here with the Compton Museum is very impressive. Like, if you haven't been through, please check it out, man. I'm very I admire the work that you've done, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. No, I really appreciate it.
I mean that, bro. I want to open it up. Like it has to have flowers first, bro. Like, you did your thing with this.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I wanted to bring you on, but I wanted to know, let the people know who you are, you know what I'm saying, what you're about, and also like where you come from. I know you are the founder of Manhattan Grave, which I use, you know what I'm saying? I used it this morning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, to embrace some graves that I got poking through, which is nothing but great wisdom, you know what I'm saying? So so how did you like get into entrepreneurship, and how are you able to lead in this field?
Getting into entrepreneur, I just had time on my hands with this particular business. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, I would say. But getting into this particular business, I started it in 2020. So like, obviously there was COVID going on and everybody was in the house. So I just had a lot of time on my hands, and felt like I wanted to transfer that into something positive and something more creative. And it took me a little time to come up with the idea, but stumbled on to a hair product that I actually needed. So I don't know if y'all can see, but like, I've been premature gray, salt and pepper for quite some time. I think I want to say I started graying around the age of 20.
Okay.
And I used to get made fun of, and I was super insecure about it for a long time. And it just hit me one day to have a product that, you know, kind of kept your gray hair like more shiny and vibrant. So I created Manhattan Gray in that space. So it was kind of like a accidental business idea that turned viable in the process of creating it. Yeah.
Because my cousin Yuri is a barber in North Carolina and Virginia.
Yeah.
He like goes back and forth between the two states to cut. And he had asked me, he was like, yo, so what do you put in your hair? Because I had all these flakes, right? And that's how I approached you.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I got crazy flakes, bro. Like, what do I do? And you were like, well, listen, man, like I got something for you. And I was like, man, why I ain't got the grays yet? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hold off.
Yeah.
And you were like, nah, but I have something where it'll be valuable to your hair now. You got to really preserve those follicles. So can you talk about like some of the reasons or the things that are in the product that made you like put in there, you know what I'm saying, to like really, you know, help hair? Because, you know what I'm saying, our hair is different than others, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure, why are like I think it was like tea tree oil or something, like it was something in there that I saw, and I was like, yo, why did he decide to put that in there?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think that I personally had the educational background to come up with a formula myself. So I didn't come up with the formula myself.
Okay.
I was more of the marketing, problem solving kind of entrepreneur. I wasn't the actual person in the kitchen making it. You know what I'm saying?
So I understand what you mean.
What I did was like, okay, well, what challenges am I having with my hair? You know what I'm saying? It was dry. It was itchy. It was brittle. It broke off easy. It was flaky, you know, to your point. And it just kind of looked dull and ashy, like gray hair just, you know, if you don't maintenance it, it looks old. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no pigmentation in it. That's what the real issue is about gray hair. Is just like, it's the hair follicle has actually lost the pigmentation of it, the melanin that's in the hair that makes it black. So I pretty much was more so like, okay, these are the challenges. And then I made a survey to say like, okay, well, how many other people are actually having these type of challenges? So I created this platform called Survey Monkey, and I just made up a list of 5 questions, or 5 to 7 questions. It was like, you know, what's the number one challenge you're having with your gray hair? What products do you use on your gray hair? If you could have any ingredients that, you know, that you're already aware of in a product, what would they? I just had these list of questions.
So you collected that data.
Yeah, that's what I was more focused on. So like once they hit me back with the, I sent it to my pops and all his friends. Like, that's basically that's what I thought my demographic was. Cause originally Manhattan Gray was for men. So I sent it to my pops and all his friends. They hit me back. They were saying words like dryness. They were saying words like itchy. They were saying words like avocado, or you know what I'm saying? They were giving me the information. So I just basically crowdsourced that information, took it to a chemist and said, hey, I'm trying to solve for these problems. And these are a baseline of essential oils that I think could solve some of these problems. If you could double check me on that work. And then kind of they built it from there. And they gave me iterations of it.
That is dope, because that's one thing I feel like we don't do enough of. Like when we were creating the Compton Art and History Museum, it all started because I took a group of students outside of the community, and then there was like no representation, no reflection in any of their art. And I was like, I'm giving them a detrimental experience outside of the community, and then I'm bringing them back to the community. And I'm like, no, what if we created something like that? And when I was surveying, I was like, there's no art museum. It was like crazy to me. But you were the first person ever that I met was like, yo, I'm doing this to embrace your hair that is gray. And I'm like, what? Like, I was like confused when you told me about it. When I met you, I was like, what, are you for real? And I'm like, man, I got like 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it out. But even the explanation about like, people want to dye them and all these things, like what if you embrace them? It was a whole nother look that I got on it, because before I used to be like, yo, that's for old folk, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But so when did your grays start coming through?
When I was about 20 years old. It was like I was young.
20?
Yeah, I was young. Yeah,
I mean that's crazy.
Yeah. I started coming in about 20 years old, and people have been graying younger than that. Like once I started like on this journey, I found my tribe. Like there's a lot of people who have similar experiences of going gray early, feeling insecure about it because the societal narratives tell you that your hair is old, you look old, or you're stressed out, or you're unhealthy. Like it's a very negative connotation about gray hair in general, which is why it leads to the insecurities, and which leads to the actions of like dyeing your hair. So now you have an extra, you have an extra bill, because now you got to go dye your hair every 2 weeks, with your, with your hairstylist or a hair colorist or a barber or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, it's a never ending cycle. But also these dyes are actually, they have chemicals in them that further break down your hair. You know what I'm saying? The quality and the health of your hair, right? So these dyes have stuff in it, you know what I'm saying? So you're causing more harm to yourself. You don't really feel authentically you, because you're kind of covering it up. I don't know. I dyed my hair one time. My barber asked me if I was moving from Atlanta to New York. And he was like, man, this was my last haircut in Atlanta. He was like, man, you want me to dye your real quick? And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah. So I tried it, and I just immediately felt like this ain't me. You know what I'm saying? It was overly dark and black, and my line was super, super sharp. It was just crazy looking. And I was like, nah, I gotta find a solution for that. So yeah, I think it's very counterculture. The brand Manhattan Gray is about embracing your gray. You know what I'm saying? And kind of having clean hair product solutions to support that. You know what I'm saying? Once you, and the truth is that time is going to outrun you regardless. It's everybody's going to go gray. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how long you choose to fight it. You're going gray. And I just want to I want to service you at that point in your life to where you kind of embrace it, and I can give you something that's still quality.
So what made you open it up towards women as well? Like, I know you said at first you called your pops and all his homies was like, oh, this. But what kind of like changed that narrative to say, you know what, I can make this for everyone?
Women started buying it. That was the decision. Like, am I going to alienate women from the product who want to purchase it? You know what I'm saying? They want to shop. Yeah. So I'm not finna tell them no. You know
that's a fact. We're not doing that.
Yeah, like, and to keep it 100, women are 75% of my customer base. It's only 25% men. Period. I think the way that Manhattan Gray looks, I had I had the avatar of like Idris Elba, right?
Yeah.
Like when I started it, I was like, if Manhattan Gray was a physical person, what would he look like?
Yeah.
What would it look like? And
Mm-hmm.
I went through and I thought it would look like Idris Elba. That's why it comes in a glass amber jar.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the logo looks, the way it looks. That's why the name sounds, something clean.
It sounds very classy.
It just, it kind of gives you like it's a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, it feels like a little bit more. And I know how I like to, dress. And when you think about New York, and specifically Manhattan, it's a very like businessy district, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you see a lot of. I used to live in New York for about. I was born there for one, but then I went back in my early 30s to work over at a music at a music company. But I say all that to say, like, I used to see business people walking around because I worked on Madison Avenue.
Okay.
They would be in like pea coats and like clean, like, leather brown Chelsea boots, and their briefcase was always clean and like it was just this level of like what felt like sophistication to me, and I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to offer a product that was a little bit more aligned with the energy of Manhattan. That's why it's called like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's dope. That's really dope. So, but you mentioned music. So, how did you break into that? Because earlier you informed me that you were like in military or something, like your parents. Or how did that transition like to you being in music? Like,
well, military, that was just my lifestyle. I didn't know I was born into that. Like my father was joined the military, what I'm saying, when I was born. So for the first half of my life, that was just what it was. I didn't know any different. Like me living in England, I didn't feel funny. It wasn't a conversational, a conversation piece or nothing like that. It was just, I live in England. And then we moved to Japan. So like growing up in the military is just I don't know. It's a lot, to be honest. I think on both sides of the coin, it's you kind of become a chameleon with your environment, because like you find ways to adapt. So I'm very adaptable, I would say. I'm easy to find common ground between different people and different points. I don't have the friend barrier thing. Like all my friends is a little bit of everything. But it also kind of, you lose, well, I lost, I ain't gonna say you, but like I lost like my like identity, like who I was,
in what way?
Because you never really know. Like when you grow up and you move to so many different, like to be young, Black, and live in Japan and not really understand, you know what I'm saying? Like not know what you represent. You kind of just end up trying to align yourself with like energies, so that you're not the kid at the lunch table sitting by yourself. Like you kind of like, you're too young to think of anything else, right? It's like, I just don't want to be here by myself sitting down being lame. So I would go find, you know what I'm saying, different groups of friends. But
does it give you that home base feeling, like, you know what, because you sound like you're in England, you in Japan.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a disconnect to like, oh, this is my home?
Yeah, there's people who have hometowns is I'm envious, so because I don't have that. I mean, I know I was born. I mean, I'm from New York. I was born in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have a hometown. I don't have a place I go to and like for the past 20 years, oh, this used to be over here. My man used to live over here. I ain't got that.
Oh, okay.
I'm a mixed bag of everything. I got a little bit of everything.
Do you speak Japanese?
No.
Oh, man,
no. I mean, they gave you culture classes and they taught us how to, use chopsticks, fold origami. They did teach us some basic Japanese, konnichiwa, arigato, you know what I'm saying? Like some very basic things. But I was too young to commit myself, you know what I'm saying, to understand how big of an opportunity it was to actually live in Japan.
Yeah.
But I was more frustrated about it than anything else. Because I'm young, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I want to go back to the States where my friends is. I want to go, play regular basketball with, like I want to be what I see on TV.
So what was the like thing that sparked to say, you know what, I'm gonna do music?
Um, I don't. I think music has always been a kind of a part of my life. I've always been a like an avid music lover. I'm pretty much open to listen to anything. I'm that type of person. So I think it was just like the innate instinct to like want to have music apart. I used to try to rap. I used to, you know what I'm saying? I did
for sure.
all the things. You know what I'm saying? All the things. But it wasn't until I saw my uncle. I got an uncle, my dad's little brother named Theo, Teddy, but we call him Theo. He was like the first person I seen physically that I knew who was in like a real movie. You know what I'm saying? Like an actual feature film movie. He was the first person that was like in a real studio making music that got burned onto a CD and we can play it in the, like he was the first person for me to visually see do it. And I think he made me believe that I could work in entertainment just because he was in entertainment. And then
what does he do now?
He still runs a casting agency, so he's still in film and television. Yeah, I got into music. I don't know. I just think it was marketing. You know, I started with marketing and I was just doing marketing. I was working at a brand agency and stuff like that. And I, you know, found my way to find my alignment with my actual passion of music and then my skill set of marketing.
Okay. That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. So, because I always think about that, like, what is the trigger? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is something that triggers you to say, you know what, I'm gonna do what he did, right? Yeah. Like, and I remember I was in we have a genre of music based out of DC, Maryland, Virginia, because I'm from VA. Okay. And it's called go-go. Yeah. So everybody would be at the go-go's, you know what I'm saying? So during that time, I could not commit to a band because I'm like, I gotta worry about if everybody gonna show up to rehearsal. So my cousin at the time, he became a DJ. Okay. And I said, oh, I can control if I'm gonna show up. Right. And I can rock a whole party. And I became the local DJ in middle school and high school, DJing weddings and house parties and clubhouses, stuff like that. Right. So you seeing your Uncle Terry and it's like, Teddy. Yep. Your Uncle Teddy is like, yo, you know what? Psst, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be able to do that. Right. Do you think like God also pushed you to doing that?
Maybe. Yeah. I think, you know, I think I've always been a person who was, I guess, willing to follow my instinct, you know, at the cost of failure and, you know, falling and bumping, scraping my knee. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been willing to try and go. I've always been willing to do it. So I think when the opportunity was presented to me, it was more strategic. It was just like, yo, okay, cool. Like, let's move to New York for the opportunity to work in your dream field of, you know, music. Yeah. I went to New York. Then it was like, hey, man, the next opportunity is in Los Angeles, California. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've never lived on the West Coast. I have no reason to be on the West Coast at all. But it was, if I didn't go out, I would have regretted. If I didn't come, I would have regretted. Yeah. I would have regretted. Because now look what I've gotten to do. Like, you know, without I don't want to even do the name thing, but like I've gotten to do and be a part of some pretty amazing of like communities and campaigns and companies, and really contributed to something that I felt passionate about. So I feel more blessed than the fear of comfort.
Okay. And okay, so something that I like to ask people too is like, why like how do you bridge your belief within your business?
I think like there's a couple like core things that I try to stand by in my business. I like to be fair. I like to be fair. Like if in my customer service, you know what I'm saying? I try to, if you paid me for a product and that product does not make it to you for whatever reason, I don't care if it's my fault or not, it's my company. And it's more valuable to me for you to have a good experience with my company than it is for me to keep that $50 to $100 that you sent me for the product that didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to come back like, oh, it wasn't my fault. The UPS did it. I don't even want to play with you like that. I'd rather you just experience the product. and experience a good, have a good experience with me in my brand. So I think like if you believe in like treating people right, if you care enough, if you believe in fairness, if you believe in health and wellness for yourself, then try to offer a product that is clean and doesn't cause harm to anybody else. People with alopecia use my product. People with sensitive skin use my product. So I need to make sure that I'm not using anything intently that irritates their skin. You know what I'm saying? So I try to do stuff like that. I like to, look nice and present nice. That's why it's packaged the way it is, and in the black box, and it's sleek and it's clean. I just, if depending on how you operate as a person, I think that there's a few ways that you can honor that through your business, and it's just based on how you choose to run it, and what you place your hierarchy of value in. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So now, what can we look forward to when it comes to like globally? Like, do we plan on like seeing this in Target? Like, what do we plan on seeing this? Your product. Like, where do you want to take this to?
I want to take my time with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. Of course, I would like it to be in stores and all that. And it will be. I think that what I'm most focused on right now is getting good at one or two things. Really good at one or two things. Like, do I have an exceptional product that people like and enjoy? And do I have an exceptional method of bringing awareness to it and delivering the product as promised? Like, do I have that down 100%? Yes, cool. Can I duplicate it to the next product? Can I duplicate it to the next product? And if I create a system for it, then I can. But as far as like immediately trying to seek massive distribution, and I might implode. I think that if people gave me certain opportunities right now to expand that might be too big for the operation that I have right now and the systems that I have in place, it'll implode my business. It'll do more harm to it than good. So I think I'm spending a little bit more time just being patient, taking my time, understanding that, one, I come from zero in the beauty industry. I don't know anything about the beauty industry. So it's education, it's respect, for the people who are in the industry, and you coming in and being humble enough to ask and pay that money to go to those conferences, pay that money to go to that trade show, so that you can see how the industry moves. But I'm not overly anxious to blow up, so to speak. It's just because I think it might hinder, it might have an adverse effect right now.
Do you think that a lot of people, when they see those type of opportunities, they take them not realizing what comes with them?
Yeah, because you're excited. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Like it's excitement, it's growth, it's opportunity, and it might be it is all of those things. But it's like also, what you want. You can consume the opportunity and all that it comes with, taking on a partner, having new expectations, compliance, buyback, chargeback, what I'm saying? Like you're dealing with that aspect of it. I plan to, once I get to that space, but I want to have a infrastructure that upholds that as well. So yeah, I think that people, I think excitement is something that sometimes cause impulsiveness. I've done it 1,000 times. So
okay,
that's probably
so you learn from experience.
Yeah, I've done it. I've been impulsive about a lot of things that I was excited about, and then you get it, and then you be like, oh shit, like this is a lot more work. I think some people are really good starters of things. Like I can attain it, but then it's like, can you maintain it though? And I think that's different.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a word in itself.
I think that's the facts.
So if there's something that you wanted to leave, like the young entrepreneurs, people who are getting in the beauty space, people who may not even know a certain industry, but they want to tap into it.
Yeah.
What is something that you feel like if you could give them one statement, what is something that you would leave them with so that way they can apply it to their future business and their belief?
Progress is better than perfect, man. Just start. I think most people who want to be entrepreneurial stop before they even get started because they've talked themselves out of it. They give themselves all the reasons why not first.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? When it's really just like, man, put one foot in front of the other. Like, I know nothing about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew nothing, you know what I'm saying? I knew nothing about the hair care space until I sat down long enough to put aside my ego and start from one again. Okay, well, what's this mean? What does that mean? What's this company about? How does this ingredients work? What does packaging mean? You know, where do manufacturers come into play? You know, pricing, shipping and fulfillment, accounting and bookkeeping, like marketing, social marketing, customer service. Like, they're like, I now can say that I've participated in all of the aspects of my personal business, and I think that's really the key. You know what I'm saying? When you want to, I always read these stories about like Sam Walton. You know what I'm saying? He was in the stores. You know what I'm saying? He was doing the pricing. Like, you know, I think I'm a student of that kind of game. Like, I've done all the things first. So now
you walk into Ulta and all these places and just check out, you know, the pricing points as well as like the way it's displayed.
Everything, man. I've signed up for courses and workshops. I've participated in, you know, programs.
See, he just said courses. That's my thing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Production. Come on,
educate yourself, man, for real. I mean, that's the key. But then also offer yourself grace and patience too. You know what I'm saying? So I think those would be the baseline things, man. Just start from one and just take it a step at a time. If you don't have to eat off of it, like, I don't have to eat off Manhattan Gray right now.
Okay, that's the overflow.
That's just, you know, my sandbox to be creative and to create something that I have ownership in, and I could eventually, you know, offer somebody else an opportunity. You know, my son, you know, like my family. Like, how can I offer something to you that's not, you know, clothes?
Yeah, I mean, you got a boy the first try. I can't believe that.
Oh yeah, I'm one and done too, buddy.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you
No,
can have a sibling.
No, I'm straight.
No. All right. no. But no, I think that everything that you've been talking about has been extremely valuable. Because I think about young entrepreneurs and people who are now going to get into business and social media, and some of them, they have this ideology that you don't have to work.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes social media, like you see people on the Lambos and all this stuff, that people didn't work to get there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or there wasn't consistency right there for them to be able to produce this. Yeah. And having a job is looked down upon. Like,
okay.
Can you like just really, like, you know, talk about that a little bit? Because the other day I was talking to someone, I was like, you know, if you go work at Chick-fil-A, that's how you're going to learn how to get customer service. Ain't nothing wrong with having a job, so that way you can learn. Is there an entry point or something that you would also tell someone, like, look, this is something that you can learn, whether it be a regular job or not, so that way you can get your business that you really want to do to the next level?
Yeah, I just think that's a mindset shift. It's a perspective change. You know what I'm saying? I think some people, you know, I'm gonna say, I saw jobs as like, you know, like it was almost, I mean, I saw job, it's employment, right? It's like somebody pays you to do something. So you kind of feel like you're not doing your thing. You're not free. Like you exchange. I think that's really what it is. You exchange your freedom for X amount of money. You know what I'm saying? The freedom of your time. And I think that's really what people are saying when they kind of frown upon, you know, jobs, you know, because they've made entrepreneurship so popular now. I personally have been able to change that perspective for myself and look at it like, I'm still in the business of caring, but this position or role that I'm in is not only an opportunity for me to strengthen my skill set in whatever it is I choose to do, but it also is my first investor into my ideas. You know what I'm saying? So I go into it like, okay, cool. If I'm going to work here, my skill set that is beneficial to me is marketing. So it's it's a well-paid position at most companies, but also it's a skill set that will always keep you paid. Like if you know how to sell.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that I always double down on that, but then I also look at that money that I get in exchange for that time as my first silent investor to like pour into my ideas. Okay, now I'm gonna take this percentage of that money and outside of my livelihood, I'm gonna, instead of going to blow it off at the bar and buy drinks and BS around, I'm gonna invest in my business. And I think that's that gives it more long-term benefit. So I think that's probably like how I got to that point.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, it is a mindset shift. Yeah. For sure. Because even like I was talking to somebody not too long ago and they were like, you know, you need to thank the job that you didn't like so much that they allowed you to have to write on the same paper that you didn't like them so much. Mm-hmm. So that way you could write out your dreams on it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So like all of those things, you know, and I think it's a key role because for me, I started playing golf. Okay. You met my homie, the owner of Compton Country Club. Yes. Yeah. So I started playing golf because I knew I was going to be a millionaire. For sure. So I was like, yo, I need to already start being on the course in advance because I know I'm going to get invited to make more deals. For sure. So it changed my mindset. So that way it's like, oh, no, I don't even watch sports. Yeah. I have no one. It's not my thing. I watched halftime show every year. Okay. That's what I do. I respect. Right. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I said, yo, what can I do now to prepare me for what my lifestyle is going to be like? Right. So soon I'll be taking my my flight classes because I'm like, yo, I'm going to be flying. Mm-hmm. Like, I need to know, you know, and it's planes flying, like falling down all this year. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be the one that's going to be like, yo, you need to move over because I can land it. Okay. We ain't going to have those issues with me. Of course. You know what I'm saying? So I need to know, you know what I'm saying? Where it's the Cessna, whether it's a dual engine, whatever it is that, you know what I'm saying, that's in front of me, I'm gonna know how to fly it. 100%. Yeah, that's what we got to get ready for. You know what I'm saying? Of course. You know, be on that PJ. Come on, man. As you should. Right? As I should. As you deserve right? to. Definitely. So, but outside of that, I want to know how people can get in contact with you, how they can connect with you. What's your @ name? Like how they can find Manhattan Gray, like on social media, whether it be URL. How do they find you? Yeah. I'm just Kerry Classic with a K. So. You're not just. Oh no, yeah, for sure. At Kerry Classic with a K. On social media at Manhattan Gray with an E, so GREY on social media as well, and then .com, manhattangray.com. Oh, perfect. So make sure y'all please cop, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, we need to do affiliate link, you know what I'm saying? We got, you know what I'm saying? You know? For sure, absolutely. No, but for real, definitely cop it. I use it, you know, I'm not just saying it. Do you have a product with you? Yeah. I can also showcase it so y'all know when y'all pull up, y'all order it or whatever. Definitely check it out because I stopped having these crazy flakes that I was having. So this is pomade. Yeah. I use this in the crib, you know, and some of the ingredients is in here. What are the ingredients right here? Rosemary leaf oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and you got some other sunflower, grapeseed, castor. You got some stuff up in there. It's in there, and it's the palm, and it's the oil too. Well. I know. I gotta order another one. Oh, look at God. Won't he do it? Yeah, hello. Won't he will? We ain't doing that. I got you. Yeah, for sure. Literally, I was looking at it and I was like the last bit this week. Yeah. But the pomade, I still got a lot left. Cool. But I don't know how much I'm actually supposed to apply. Whatever, you know. Okay. However's best for you. You know okay. It's hard to say, right? It's like depending on how much hair you got, how much, you know, what texture you want. Yeah. But I definitely use it. So definitely y'all check this joint out. Y'all have it, definitely Manhattan Gray on all platforms, like the brother said. All right, man. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Peace.